Hey there, cuties. It's a lovely summer June evening. I know it's not technically summer yet, but it sure as hell feels like it. I just got home from work. Ryan is off seeing a movie with a friend of ours, so that means I have the house to myself for the night. So I'm gonna make myself a cute little meal, and since I don't have anything planned for a video this week, and last week's video took so much time and effort to put together since it was like documenting like a 2-month-long process, there's this meal I've been wanting to try and make. It's a rice bowl. Can you believe it? Don't leave me, Luna. I love you. Y'all know I've been obsessed with rice bowls. Okay, I get it. There is this really fun brunch spot called Cafe Robey, which is attached to the Robey Hotel. I go there sometimes with my girlfriends, and they have this rice bowl. It's like a brunch item. Who doesn't love brunch for dinner? It's so freaking good, and I've been wanting to try and replicate it, and I figured I could take you all along on this journey. Is that fun? And then also we can just have like a nice, fun summer solo night together. Is that cute? And of course, Luna will be here as well. All right, let's try and replicate this recipe. Here is a screenshot of the Cafe Robey menu item that I'm talking about. It's got rice, it's got quinoa, kale. I don't know how they cook the kale though. That's what I have tried to figure out. I've gotten this dish a few times, and every time I'm like, how do they do this? There's also some sort of sesame flavor in here, and we can see the sesame is listed on here, but where is it coming from? Is it cooked into the kale? Is it with the pistachios? I don't know. I didn't get pistachios. I have pumpkin seeds, and I figured that that'll be fine. And then the 5-minute egg, I'm scared I'm gonna screw it up, so I'm gonna do just a regular fried egg. Also, I wanted to add that I don't wear outfits like this to work. I definitely change into my pajamas literally the second I walk in the door, but I'm gonna gather all my materials. I can't tell if this is the best angle. Will you be able to see me if I'm cooking and if I'm chopping? Okay, this looks okay. I want to just preface this by saying, if you really want to try this, just go to Cafe Robey, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to recreate it exactly, and it's so good. I'm gonna start with sweet potato because that takes forever to cook on a stove. I'm gonna chop off the ends. I'm gonna chop it up into little cubes, and I'm just gonna start it on the stove and let it go for like a million years before I add the kale. Also, the way that Cafe Robey kind of like presents it, everything is kind of separate, and then you can mix it together how you feel is right. However, I just mix it all together in the end, so I think I'm gonna cook it that way, the way that I like to cook rice bowls, cooking everything together. Okay, so I got some olive oil on my pan. I'm just gonna pop these sweet potatoes on here, get them spread out nicely, salt and pepper them, and I'm just gonna not touch them for a long while, like at least 5 minutes, and then I'll start to stir them around. While I let these cook, I'm making myself a little cocktail. 1 part Aperol, 2 parts gin, 4 parts ginger beer, a squeeze of lime, and a squeeze of orange in there. So cute. I just spent a while flipping all these over, and I turned the heat down. I'm gonna chop up an onion. I'm gonna add that. Okay, add an onion. Gonna add a little more olive oil. I'm wondering when I should add sesame oil. I feel like soon, right? I'm gonna also add 2 cloves of garlic. Are any of y'all out there not super into cooking, or like you feel like you don't know how to cook? Here's something that maybe everyone who's watching this knows. I don't know. When you're ready to do garlic, you just cut the end off. See how like there's this end? You see what I'm saying? You want to cut that off, which I just started to do. But you just lay it down, and you lay your knife flat over the piece of garlic, and you press, and then you'll be able to peel from the pointy end the whole peel off. There we go. Isn't that cute? Chopping garlic. I used to always add garlic first and then onions. However, everyone's adding garlic later these days. Now, I think I'm gonna add the sesame. It smells so freaking good. Just a little bit goes a long way. I just got kale in a bag. I don't have to de-stem it, even though sometimes kale in a bag still comes with like big honking stems on it. Pull some of it off. Okay, so the reasons why I love a good rice bowl so much, it's quick and easy. You can usually do them all in one pot or pan. They're versatile, depending on what you're making. Let's say you're doing onions, peppers, beans, and rice. If that's your rice bowl, you can eat that for dinner. You can put it into burritos. You can add eggs to it and make it a scramble for breakfast. In fact, that's my favorite large group breakfast to make. A rice and beans, like Mexican rice bowl. And I'll like lay out the ingredients separated and people can build their own. And that way, if you have guests who are vegan, then they don't have to add eggs or cheese. Another reason I love rice bowls is because they're easy on my tummy. I've got a sensitive stomach. Foods that are high in sugar, really greasy foods, heavy creams, butter, stuff like that makes me really sick to my stomach really fast. Sometimes I will go long periods of time where I'm eating a lot of those kinds of foods and then I have like a really messed up stomach and I don't feel very good. Rice bowls are a great meal for resetting your tummy and for when you're trying to get freaking ripped, which I am right now. I think I have enough kale now. I'm gonna dump it in. I'm also gonna add a little splash of water just to help that kale cook. Alright, I'm gonna add a little more salt and pepper. And it's listed as a spicy kale. I don't know what they're using to make it spicy. I have some crushed red pepper. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on it and hope that it's the right choice. I don't know. Okay, while that cooks down, I'm gonna open my pumpkin seed. These are pre-roasted and salted. Alright, can you see how big that pile is? I don't know, I'm just eyeballing it. And then I'm just gonna chop these into smaller little crunchies so that they truly distribute across the whole bowl. If I was really trying to be like Cafe Robey, it would be pistachios. But I don't have those in the house and I didn't feel like buying them. I don't know, to me it's like not the most important part of the dish. It's all about that kale. I don't know how they do it. It's like it had a crunch to it, almost as if they like cooked it and then toasted it really quick. I don't know how to even begin thinking about doing that. Here's the most fun fact I learned. I had always assumed that 90-second rice had some sort of like preservatives or something in it, but no. I read this whole article about how 90-second rice is just rice that's been cooked almost all the way and then you're just gonna cook it the rest of the way. And it loses almost no nutritional value. We all know brown rice is, for some reason, the healthiest of rices, but it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to cook, so I never do it. But this, it's 90 seconds. And look, this one has brown rice and quinoa. So it's already ready for me to make my Cafe Robey dish. And you can just dump it right in with your veggies. This meal took a little bit longer because sweet potatoes take forever to cook. If you're doing a different type of rice dish, why is this so hard? You can have a meal in like 10 minutes that is so healthy, and so tasty, and it's great for meal prep. You can like put your leftovers away. Hey baby. You just gotta add the rice and just a little bit more water and then stir it around. Oh shit, I almost forgot about the egg. Okay. Shit, I like to do my eggs low and slow. Just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, put a little lid over it. I'm going to put the pumpkin seed on now. I'm gonna let this cool and then I'm gonna try it. It is good. It's really good. Is it as good as Cafe Robey? No. And I don't know even where to begin with how to make it as good as Cafe Robey. It is a delicious meal. I'm about to have a delicious meal. Am I disappointed in myself for not being as good as a very popular brunch spot in Chicago? No, you know, I tried my best. Do your best and forget the rest. Let's go have a delicious meal together in front of the TV. I'll box the rest up. Cafe Robey, how do you do it? Okay, girls' night in. I'm watching Queen Charlotte, even though I'm actually not a fan of the Bridgerton series, but I still feel like I have to watch everything that's set in the Regency era, so I'm watching. After eating an entire bowl of this, here are things I think I will change for next time. I will chop the sweet potatoes even tinier, so they're super tiny pieces, so that when I get a mouthful, they kind of blend more. Every time I had a piece of sweet potato in my forkful, it overpowered the rice bowl, and that's no fun. I want there to be a balance. And I think next time I will try with pistachios. The pumpkin seeds weren't crunchy enough. And then I'm gonna try and like look into different options for making the kale crispier. And if anybody out there has tips for crispier kale, let me know. It's not a kale chip. I know how to make those in the oven. Luna's eating her dinner. She's been avoiding it all night, but asking for her bully stick, but she doesn't get her bully stick till after dinner. But I don't know how to communicate that to her, so I just keep pointing at her food bowl. But she's finally eating it. All finished except for 2 pieces of kibble, but that's fine. Let's go get you bully stick. Y'all know what bully sticks are made of? It's a bull penis. This is a penis, but they're really good for doggy. Yes. Place. And look, she takes it right to her place. What a good girl, yes! And I go wash the bull penis off of my hands. She's so used to her routine. This is the time of night when Brian usually takes her into the basement to play, and she just walked over there and started barking. You wanna go down? Just grab a toy. This thing looks like a dildo. Let's go down there. Can we just go watch TV? One more thing that I'm trying to do this month, on top of trying to get fucking ripped and have less diarrhea, not spend any money. I'm having a little bit of a no spend June. Last week on a whim, I was like, Brian, there's some books I want to get. Do you want to go to the bookstore with me? So we go to the bookstore. I end up spending $100 on books because books are so freaking expensive. And like, I really want to read Lessons in Chemistry. Everyone's talking about how great it is. It doesn't exist in paperback yet, so I had to get the really expensive hardcover. Then I was like, can we stop at Ulta? I need to get some skincare stuff. Ended up spending $100 at Ulta. So in one outing, that's $200 down the drain. So anyway, I'm not spending any money for the rest of June on anything that I don't need. Look at her. She's still wanting to play. She's like looking around being like, what other toys can I shove into Meredith's face? Do you think in her mind she calls me Meredith, or do you think she calls me Mom? All right, it's 9 o'clock, which means it's past my bedtime. So I'm about to get ready for bed. Unfortunately, I wore makeup today, which means I have to do a little bit of a bedtime routine, even though I fucking hate it. So I'm gonna wash my makeup off with just Burt's Bees shit on a little reusable makeup thing. Then I will put on the Midnight Recovery shit from Kiehl's, which my brother gifted me. So it's kind of like a bougie nighttime. Oh my god, I fucking hate getting ready for bed. Okay, it's finally bedtime. Lula's here with me. Do y'all let your dogs and cats sleep with you in bed? We sure fucking do. My book of the month came. Ton and I went with the thriller this month. Here's the book cover. She started it. It might be just very silly or it might be fun. I've been imparting a pretty strict no phone time in bed rule. However, I'm obviously filming myself right now, and I'm gonna send my sister-in-law one Marco Polo, and then my phone is going away and I'm reading, and then Brian will be home soon. All right, was this a fun video? I don't fucking know, but thanks for coming on this journey with me. Love y'all.
Goodbye, baby, in the treetop. When the bough breaks, the cradle. All you want, all that you need is right here, as long as.
Oh my god, you guys. First of all, ignore literally everything. Also, I'm not wearing a real bra. You can just straight up see my nipples. So I'm editing this and I realized I never added the hummus. Okay, today when I have leftovers, I'm gonna put hummus and see if that helps. Okay, bye. Have a good day.